Imagine standing in the batter's box, the roar of the crowd a distant hum, your focus narrowed to the man on the mound. Now, amplify that pressure 1,000-fold. Imagine, with every fiber of your being, that the opposing team's third baseman is not just a player, but a force of nature, an architect of impossible plays, a silent predator waiting to dismantle your every hopeful swing. He moves with an unnatural fluidity, a cheetah stalking its prey, every muscle coiled, every instinct honed. His glove is a vacuum, swallowing line drives that defy physics, transforming certain hits into humiliating outs. His arm, a cannon, uncorks throws from the deepest recesses of the foul territory, laser-guided missiles arriving before the runner can even dream of touching first base. But the true terror isn't just his defense, it's the unsettling knowledge that when he steps to the plate, the entire stadium holds its breath, because chaos is imminent. He doesn't just hit the ball, he brutalizes it, sending spherical projectiles screaming into the stratosphere, leaving shattered bats and broken dreams in their wake. He is the ultimate antagonist, the architect of despair, a living, breathing nightmare for every opponent. This isn't hyperbole, this is the chilling, unvarnished truth of facing Manny Machado, a man whose decade of dominance has etched his name not just in the record books, but into the very psyche of Major League Baseball. What would it feel like to stare across the diamond at such a relentless, almost preternatural talent, knowing that every single move he makes is designed to crush your spirit, to dismantle your meticulously planned strategies, to leave you with nothing but the dust of shattered expectations? This is not just a game, it is an encounter with an entity that seems to operate on a different plane, an entity whose relentless pursuit of victory has a cost, not just for the opposition, but perhaps, for the very essence of the sport itself. Brace yourself, because we're about to peel back the layers of this enigma, revealing the terrifying truth behind the legend. How does one even begin to quantify the defensive genius of Manny Machado, a man whose glove work has been described as a ballet of destruction, an elegant, brutal dance of pure, unadulterated skill? Picture this, a screaming line drive, destined for the left field gap, a sure double, maybe even a triple. But then, a blur of motion, a flash of gold, and Machado, defying the laws of gravity and human reaction time, snatches it out of the air as if plucking a ripe apple from a low-hanging branch. He doesn't just field the ball, he intercepts its very trajectory, bending the will of physics to his own. His range extends beyond the imaginary lines of the third base box, bleeding into shortstop territory, swallowing ground balls that lesser defenders wouldn't even consider chasing. He glides, he dives, he snatches, he spins, all in one seamless, terrifying motion, leaving runners frozen in disbelief, umpires shaking their heads in a mix of awe and bewilderment. His arm, a veritable catapult, unleashes throws that are not merely strong, but perfectly weighted, unerringly accurate, arriving at first base with the force of a battering ram, yet with the delicate precision of a surgeon's scalpel. He makes the impossible mundane, the miraculous routine, each defensive gem a subtle declaration of his dominance, a silent warning to all who dare challenge his domain. He's not just preventing runs, he's crushing morale, embedding a seed of doubt in the minds of hitters, a gnawing suspicion that no ball, no matter how perfectly struck, is safe. Machado's defensive sorcery was unveiled early, as he became the youngest infielder in MLB history to capture a Platinum Glove award, cementing his status as the game's ultimate defender before he even celebrated his 22nd birthday, a chilling precursor to a decade of unparalleled brilliance. This wasn't merely talent, it was an innate, almost primal connection to the game, a defensive instinct so sharp it bordered on prescience, allowing him to anticipate plays before they even fully unfolded, transforming the hot corner into a no-fly zone, a place where dreams of base hits went to die, leaving behind only the chilling echo of his unparalleled excellence. But to focus solely on Machado's defensive wizardry would be to miss half the terrifying equation, to ignore the sheer, unadulterated destructive power he wields at the plate. When Manny steps into the batter's box, it's not just an at-bat, it's an event, a moment pregnant with the potential for utter chaos. He carries himself with a casual confidence that borders on arrogance, a subtle swagger that signals his intent. He's not just here to get on base, he's here to inflict damage. His swing is a masterpiece of raw power and refined mechanics, a violent ballet that unleashes pure kinetic energy onto an unsuspecting baseball. The crack of his bat isn't just a sound, it's a thunderclap, a signal that a spherical missile has been launched, destined for the deepest reaches of the outfield, often sailing effortlessly over fences and into the annals of legend. He doesn't just hit home runs, he obliterates them, sending baseballs on journeys that defy logic, leaving pitchers staring in disbelief, outfielders merely turning to watch the spectacle unfold. Yet, his power is not a blunt instrument, it is wielded with a surgeon's precision. He hits for average, spraying line drives to all fields, finding holes with unnerving regularity, a testament to his uncanny hand-eye coordination and an uncanny ability to read a pitcher's intentions. He's the nightmare scenario, the power hitter who doesn't strike out endlessly, the slugger who can also drop a bunt for a hit if the situation calls for it, the complete offensive weapon who can single-handedly alter the course of a game with one swing, one decisive moment. He isn't just consistent, he's relentless, a perpetual motion machine of offensive production, year after year, anchoring lineups, driving in runs, and striking fear into the hearts of opposing pitchers. His bat is a weapon of mass destruction, leaving a trail of shattered dreams and despair for every pitcher who dares to challenge him, proving that his impact extends far beyond the confines of mere defense, a chilling reminder of the multifaceted terror he represents. Yet, the true depth of Manny Machado's persona, the part that truly provokes anxiety and tension, lies not just in his sublime skills, but in the raw, untamed intensity, the barely contained inferno that burns within him. This isn't just a player, it's a warrior, a competitor whose will to win is so absolute, so uncompromising, that it often pushes the boundaries of the game itself. He plays with an edge, a fierce, almost predatory focus that can manifest as both breathtaking brilliance and controversial aggression. His unwavering gaze, his defiant stance, his willingness to challenge every unwritten rule of baseball has made him a lightning rod, a figure of both adoration and intense scorn. He's the superstar who embraces the role of the villain, thriving on the booze, feeding off the animosity, transforming negative energy into fuel for his relentless pursuit of victory. Think of the moments etched into the collective memory of baseball, the audacious bat flips that send silent challenges across the diamond, the heated exchanges in the dugout, the infamous slides into second base that have cleared benches and sparked fiery debates across the league. He operates on a plane where victory is the only currency, and everything else is secondary. In a moment that sent tremors through the entire league, Machado became the central figure in multiple highly publicized on-field confrontations, his unyielding intensity and controversial slides igniting bench-clearing brawls and drawing public condemnations from rival managers, a raw display of the barely contained inferno within. This isn't maliciousness for its own sake, but a manifestation of an insatiable desire to dominate, a refusal to concede even an inch, a competitive spirit so potent it often spills over into perceived transgressions. His seismic talent translated into a record-breaking 10-year, $300 million contract, a deal so monumental it reset the entire market for superstar position players, making him the highest-paid infielder in baseball history at the time and forcing every franchise to grapple with the dizzying price of true, transcendent greatness. This isn't just a player, this is a force, a relentless, singular entity whose impact transcends mere statistics, shaping the narrative of the game, influencing its very culture, and leaving an indelible, often unsettling, mark wherever he goes. The most unsettling aspect of Manny Machado's decade-long reign isn't the highlight reels or the staggering numbers, it's the quiet, insidious question his existence poses to the purity of the sport. What is the ultimate cost of such relentless, uncompromising excellence? When a player consistently pushes the boundaries, not just of skill, but of temperament, of sportsmanship, of the very spirit of the game, what does it truly reveal about the nature of competition itself? Machado embodies an almost terrifying efficiency, a cold, calculated pursuit of victory that seems to transcend human emotion. He's not merely winning games, he's extracting wins, sometimes with a grim determination that borders on the unsettling. Is it possible that his relentless pursuit, his willingness to be the villain, to absorb the hatred, to ignite the controversies, is not a flaw, but an evolutionary step in professional athletics? A creature so hyper-focused on dominance that the traditional norms of camaraderie and gentle competition become irrelevant. His consistency isn't just impressive, it's almost robotic, a decade-long performance art of sustained, high-level output that feels less like a human endeavor and more like a perfectly programmed machine. And this, perhaps, is the true terror, not just facing Machado, but contemplating what he represents. The ultimate athlete, stripped down to raw will and instinct, driven by an insatiable hunger that leaves no room for anything but conquest. The fear isn't just for the opposing team, it's a subtle anxiety for the game itself, for its soul, for its future when confronted with such an unyielding, almost merciless force. What happens when the lines blur completely, when the pursuit of greatness justifies every means, when the ultimate competitor becomes something more, something less human, something more inevitable? His very presence on the field is a subtle, ongoing psychological warfare, a constant reminder that for some, the game is not just played, but utterly consumed. Ending: beware the man who embraces the shadows, for his ambition may just consume everything.